On a kickoff day, it kind of sets the tone for the school year in terms of a positive atmosphere, an inclusive atmosphere. We do a lot of things to get to know the kids, and we help model and educate the kids on what our expectations are, what it looks like to be responsible, respectful, safe, and kind. And I think it really helps kids feel comfortable to know that it is cool to be those four things.
Kids need an operating system, and they need to know how to function just like we do as adults. And when you start giving them content, math, English, social studies, and they don't have an operating system, sometimes it bogs down.
Be safe, be respectful, be responsible, be kind, right?
Now, how we view PBIS is not just a great foundation of Tier 1 support, it's also a foundation for great mental health. We don't think this is extra, we think this is primary.
Previously, we'd had these expectations for kids, but we never really modeled those or directly instruct them. We just expected kids to know that. And so this is our second year of going through this process, and it really has changed the whole year for us.
A successful kickoff is very well coordinated. The teachers had up signs of their last name. Each group of students was grouped by class. Students knew exactly where they were supposed to be.
I had a great team who put this all together. There's a lot of work that goes into making sure, what is it the kids need to know?
Our kids are on teams with 6 teachers. Each team has 210 kids, and there's 6 teachers. We're hoping that every one of those teachers is going to connect in different ways with kids. And we just see that as like the foundation for mental health. So many kids, believe it or not, it's this high. It's 40% of kids say they have one or no developmental relationships in their life. We can't take the place of a parent or a grandparent, but we can certainly, in the context of being school teachers, do our part and make sure that our school is a safe place where kids feel like they have another adult who knows and cares about them.
I think for incoming 7th graders especially, it takes a lot of that anxiety away, because now we're moving as a group, we're getting to know each other, because when they're not in a station, they're in their advocacy class doing getting to know each other activities.
Now with our 8th graders, they've already been with us because we loop. So what that means is that the teachers our kids got in 7th grade, they're the same teachers they have this year. Those relationships are formed, and that's a really powerful part of who we are as a school. Our teachers say our teaming and looping model is at the heart of everything we do.
Really explaining the why of it gets them to accept it. We want to make sure that you guys are safe. That's our number one. But you have to be responsible for your behavior, responsible for your actions. Basically, every rule we have somehow leads back to safety.
In the morning, you're going to come through these gates and that gate over there, right? Okay, when you come in, come all the way into the campus.
It also gives the students the idea that these are staff members. I need to listen to them. They are part of Toby Johnson. When they're coming from elementary school, the teacher is the answer to almost every question. And now they're coming into a system that they have very little knowledge of.
Yeah, I almost knew like nothing of Toby because it was scary coming in to 7th grade, and then it was just like an opening up experience. I learned a lot of rules and expectations that I wouldn't have known otherwise, and I found some pretty good friends.
We spent part of the day today going to different parts of the campus to see, what does it look like to be responsible and safe in a cafeteria? What does it look like to be respectful when we're in an assembly? And so kids really get to see how those 4 words really live in all aspects of our school.
You're setting them up to do it correctly the first time so they experience success. As they go into the classroom throughout the day, we've already established some positive interactions and some positive, successful learning experiences. And yes, that translates into their performance and attitude and behavior in the classroom.
Okay, and in front, here we have Melvin. When I'm in the classroom and I see a situation where a kid is not being respectful, I can have a private one-on-one conversation with that student and say, remember back at the beginning of the year or last week when we talked about being respectful? Why don't we think about what you just said or did? Is that truly being a respectful student? What I saw a lot of last year, we do a lot of collaborative work where kids would either go the extra mile and be kind, more kind than they have been in the past. That kids would actually apologize if they said something mean to another student, kind of thought about it, and then apologize to their peer.
You're awesome.
All we've done is we've linked our 4 behavior expectations with the school's 4 values and linked it with the district graduate profile to form a pyramid of skills and competencies that we think kids have to master to be college, career, and life ready. And then I took all the ideas from the graduate profile, where we want you at the end of 12th grade, and I put them at the top of the pyramid. So what you see is not just the Toby pyramid, but what you need to get done. I believe that the 9 middle schools in this district have a huge role to play. We know from research that 9th graders tend to struggle. Our role is to keep that slump in 9th grade from happening, and I think our data shows that we do.
Our whole idea is to set up the students for success.
I can absolutely speak to PBIS last year and say that there is no doubt that we can show you in the data, and we can show you in our suspension rate, our contact rate, our intervention rates. We absolutely had a calmer year last year than we've had in a long time here. There's not an adult on this campus who doesn't think what we're doing today and tomorrow is worth it.